is Jason and I will be presenting today's security briefing. We'll be going over some things threatening our ocean, namely the peacock grouper, Cellaria salicornia, and the keyhole sponge. So let us begin. Cephalophilus argus, commonly known as the peacock grouper or roy, it was introduced to the Hawaiian Islands in 1956 to enhance nearshore fisheries. Groupers are of high value in reef fish trade, but there are only two native species in Hawaii occurring in low densities. They can be found in shallow exposed reefs in warm tropical waters, preferring waters less than 30 feet. They have become a dominant shallow reef predator, known to prey on small fishes across a wide range of taxa. Because of ciguatera fish poisoning, they are not a preferred target species for consumption, which is problematic since the fishes were brought here due to the fisheries. A concern is that the ciguatoxin can move up the food chain via bioamplification. Although they have a low consumption rate, they have large populations resulting in a high net consumption, so substantial effects on the native fish communities are very likely.
But we have some bad hombres here and we're going to get them out.
Yes, Mr. President, I like the way you think. What has been done about this invasive species? Efforts mostly come at a local level in the form of spearfishing tournaments. Participants hunt the peacock groupers in order to curb its populations. Cellaria salicornia, also known as gorilla ogo, was introduced to Waikiki in 1971 and to Kaneohe Bay in 1978 from a population from the Big Island. Recently, populations have been established in Halamoana Beach Park sometime after 2012. The Big Island population was likely introduced from the ballast of ships traveling from the Philippines, where it is considered native. Cellaria salicornia can form mats 5 to 10 centimeters thick. This mat-forming morphology allows it to tolerate a wide range of light environments. They monopolize substrata as well as the nutrients that seep from the sediment beneath them. Fragmentation is their primary mode of reproduction. Any sort of physical disturbance such as fish bites or wave action can generate fragments. These fragments may disperse through currents as well as be transported through the guts of marine creatures, although viability after gut transportation is uncertain. So what are our options against this invasive species of algae?
I'm going to bomb the shit out of them.
Well, I wouldn't go as far as doing that. We have the option of manually removing the Cellaria. There is a positive correlation between the ocean's swell height and the amount of salicornia washing up on the beaches at low tide. Thus, beach cleanups are most effective at low tide. Now, while manual removal seems feasible, it is very time consuming. Approximately 6.9 hours is spent every square meter. There is also the possibility of rapid regrowth from the small attachment points left behind, and removal activity itself generating propagules. Cellaria salicornia is very resilient. It has been shown that only extremely warm water at approximately 41 degrees Celsius can harm it. Only 75 and 50% salt-saturated solutions manage to harm it as well. While these methods can be effective, it runs the risk of causing collateral damage to the surrounding coral. Recently, suction devices have also been used. The Department of Land and Natural Resources has employed a suction device dubbed the Super Sucker in an effort to remove invasive algae. In 2012, over 120,000 pounds of algae were removed. Aquatic grazers such as sea urchins can be an effective tool in controlling invasive algae populations. The Department of Land and Natural Resources currently spawns and raises native Hawaiian collector urchins in captivity. They are implanted in the ocean once they have grown to a size suitable for consuming the invasive alga. While these methods may seem decent on their own, it is possible they are most effective when used in conjunction with one another. The invasive alga can be prepped and removed manually along with the super sucker. Once the alga are removed, sea urchins can be placed to maintain its population. sailor motto, also known as the keyhole sponge, is an introduced sponge and potential threat to corals and reefs in Hawaii. They were first reported in Hawaii from Pearl Harbor in 1996 and in Kaneohe Bay in 1997, and has since been found in virtually every commercial harbor in the main Hawaiian Islands. They are suspected to have occurred in Hawaii from at least the mid-20th century. They can grow very aggressively and can dominate over native corals. Keyhole sponges can weaken coral skeletal structure where the coral has reached partial coverage. They currently lack direct predators in Kaneohe Bay, as nothing is shown to consistently feed on it. One thing to note is that the sponge is a major bycatch of the supersucker when used to remove Gracilaria salicornia. Areas with a lot of Gracilaria tend to have a lot of sponge, and the sponge will still remain even after the algae dies or is removed by the waves. Proliferation of fragments of rapidly growing Gracilaria that are easily moved by waves could thus be a mechanism by which the sponge spreads. But what can be done about this invasive sponge? Well, mechanical removal appears inefficient as it requires 13 to 23 hours of work per square meter. Sponges can break from removal and can drift and create new colonies like Gracilaria salicornia. Sponges can be injected with air for better removal. When using both manual and air injection methods, there is less damage on corals. The downside to air injection is that it will require qualified divers, which will limit how much of an area that can be worked on. This concludes our security briefing. We have just gone over some of the things in which our water should be looking out for. Thank you very much for your time, President Trout, and the rest of the committee. Would there happen to be any final comments or questions?
Our country is going to hell.